First, we have the original Superman, the blueprint for almost every superhero that came after him. His real name is Kal-El, a baby from the dying planet Krypton who was sent to Earth and raised in Kansas as Clark Kent. And this is what makes him different from a lot of powerful heroes. Superman is not scary because he can lift buildings, fly faster than jets, or survive things that would destroy normal people. He is powerful because with all that strength, he still chooses to be kind. He could rule the world if he wanted to, but instead, he saves it. He works as a reporter, protects ordinary people, and tries to believe the best in humanity, even when humanity keeps testing him. Basically, this Superman is not just the Man of Steel. He is the symbol of hope. The standard, the reason every other Superman variant feels important in the first place. Next, we have Injustice Superman, one of the most terrifying versions of Clark Kent ever created. This is what happens when Superman loses the people he loves, stops trusting humanity, and decides that peace is more important than freedom. After a tragedy caused by the Joker, Superman finally breaks his own moral code and takes control of the world by force. At first, he tells himself he is doing it to protect people. No more wars, no more crime, no more chaos. But little by little, the symbol of hope becomes a symbol of fear. Heroes who disagree with him become enemies. Batman becomes the leader of the resistance, and the Justice League turns into something closer to a global regime. What makes Injustice Superman scary is not just his power. It is the fact that he still believes he is the good guy. Basically, this is Superman without hope, without restraint, and without anyone strong enough to stop him. Next, we have Red Sun Superman, the version of Clark Kent, who did not land in Kansas. In this universe, baby Kal-El's rocket crashes in the Soviet Union, and instead of becoming the symbol of the American dream, he becomes the ultimate weapon of communism. He still wants to help people, but his idea of peace is very different from the Superman we know. Red Sun Superman believes the world can be saved if everyone follows one perfect system, even if that means taking away people's freedom. And that is what makes him so interesting. He is not evil in the simple way. He genuinely thinks he is building a better world. But over time, the hero who was supposed to inspire humanity slowly becomes the man controlling it. Basically, Red Sun Superman is what happens when the symbol of hope is raised by a completely different ideology. Next, we have Kingdom Come Superman, an older version of Clark Kent who has already seen the world turn against everything he believed in. In this universe, Superman retires after humanity starts supporting newer, more violent heroes who do not care about saving people the way he does. But when those reckless heroes push the world closer to disaster, Superman finally comes back, and this version feels different. He is not the young, smiling farm boy anymore. He is older, colder, and way more intimidating. He still wants to protect humanity, but now he is carrying years of disappointment, loss, and guilt. What makes Kingdom Come Superman powerful is not just his strength, but the weight behind every decision he makes. Basically, this is Superman after hope has been tested for decades, and somehow, he still chooses to come back. Next, we have Ultraman, basically Superman if he was raised with zero morals and way too much ego. He comes from Earth 3, a twisted universe where the Justice League are not heroes, but villains called the Crime Syndicate. Instead of protecting people, Ultraman rules through fear. Instead of being powered by the yellow sun like Superman, many versions of Ultraman are powered by kryptonite, which makes him even more disturbing because the thing that weakens Superman actually makes him stronger. He has Superman's strength, speed, flight, heat vision, and durability, but none of Clark Kent's compassion. And that is what makes him dangerous. Superman holds back because he cares about people. Ultraman does not. Basically, Ultraman is what happens when the Man of Steel has all the power, but none of the heart. Next, we have Bizarro, the broken mirror version of Superman. At first glance, he looks like Superman, but everything about him is wrong. His skin is pale, his speech is reversed, and even his powers work in strange opposite ways. While Superman has heat vision and freeze breath, Bizarro often has freeze vision and flame breath. But the interesting thing is, Bizarro is not always truly evil. A lot of the time, he is more like a confused monster who wants to be accepted, but does not understand the world around him. He tries to copy Superman, but because his mind works differently, his attempts to help usually turn into chaos, and that is what makes him tragic. He has Superman's power, but not Superman's understanding. Basically, Bizarro is what happens when someone tries to copy the Man of Steel, but forgets to copy his heart and mind. Next, we have Cyborg Superman, one of the most dangerous fake Supermen ever created. His real name is Hank Henshaw. an astronaut whose life was destroyed after a space mission went horribly wrong. His body was ruined, his family was gone, and his mind slowly turned into something full of rage, grief, and hatred. But instead of dying, Hank survived as a digital consciousness, able to control machines and rebuild himself into a terrifying half-human, half-machine version of Superman. After Superman's death, he appeared wearing the symbol of hope, pretending to be the real Man of Steel, but the truth was much darker. Cyborg Superman was not there to save people. He was there to replace Superman, destroy his legacy, and prove that hope could be corrupted. Basically, Cyborg Superman is what happens when Superman's image is stolen by someone who has all the power, but only hatred left inside. Next, we have Val-Zod, one of the most peaceful versions of Superman in the DC multiverse. He comes from Earth 2, and just like Kal-El, he was also sent away from Krypton before the planet was destroyed. But unlike the classic Superman, Val-Zod grew up isolated, afraid, and traumatized by everything he had lost. He was not raised to become a warrior. In fact, he hates violence and believes that power should only be used to protect life, not dominate it. That is what makes him so different from versions like Injustice Superman or Ultraman. Val-Zod has the power of a Kryptonian, but his first instinct is not to fight. His first instinct is to save, and when Earth 2 needs a new Superman, he slowly learns to step out of fear and become a symbol of hope in his own way. Basically, Val-Zod is Superman if kindness came before confidence. Next, we have Calvin Ellis, also known as President Superman. This version comes from Earth 23, and yes, he is literally Superman and the President of the United States at the same time. So while most versions of Superman protect the world by flying into danger, Calvin Ellis also has to protect it from inside the White House. He is still Kryptonian, still insanely powerful, and still carries the same symbol of hope, but his role is much bigger than just punching villains. He represents leadership, responsibility, and the idea that Superman can inspire people not only as a hero, but as a public figure. What makes Calvin interesting is that he does not feel like a darker Superman or a broken Superman. He feels like a Superman who turned hope into policy. Basically, Calvin Ellis is what happens when the Man of Steel becomes both the strongest hero on Earth and the most powerful man in America. Next, we have Superboy Prime, one of the most dangerous and unstable Superman variants in DC history. He comes from Earth Prime, a world where superheroes were supposed to be fictional, until he discovered that he was actually a version of Clark Kent with real Kryptonian powers. At first, he was just a young fan who wanted to be like Superman, but after losing his world, getting trapped outside reality, and watching the universe move on without him, he slowly became bitter, angry, and completely obsessed with the idea that the world was wrong. And that is what makes him terrifying. Superboy Prime is not just powerful. He is emotional, immature, and almost impossible to control. He has Superman-level strength, but with the mindset of someone who thinks reality itself cheated him. Basically, Superboy Prime is what happens when a Superman variant gets all the power of Clark Kent, but none of the emotional maturity. Next, we have Superman Prime 1 million, one of the most mythical versions of Superman ever created. This is Clark Kent from the far future, after he has spent thousands of years traveling across the universe and eventually living inside the sun itself. And yes, that sounds insane, but for Superman, the sun is basically the ultimate power source. After absorbing solar energy for an unimaginable amount of time, he becomes far beyond the normal Superman we know. He is not just strong, fast, or durable anymore. He feels more like a legendary god figure whose existence alone changes the future of the DC universe. What makes Superman Prime 1 million interesting is that he is not really written like a normal fighter. He is more like the final evolution of hope, legacy, and Kryptonian power, basically. This is Superman after becoming a living myth. Next, we have Cosmic Armor Superman, also known as the Thought Robot. And this is where Superman stops feeling like a normal superhero and starts feeling like a cosmic concept. This version appears in Final Crisis, Superman Beyond, when Superman is pulled into a reality-spanning crisis involving the Monitors and Mandrak, a threat that exists beyond normal universes. The cosmic armor is basically a massive Superman-shaped weapon created to defend existence itself. And the craziest part is that this form is not just strong in the normal sense. It is built to adapt, survive, and fight on a level where stories, realities, and entire universes are being treated like objects. That is why fans often place Cosmic Armor Superman near the top of Superman power scaling. He is not just punching villains anymore. He is fighting something that threatens the structure of the DC multiverse itself. Basically, Cosmic Armor Superman is Superman turned into the ultimate defense system of reality.